it's getting colder, but that means we're getting closer to spring. I'm basically an optimist in life. As bad as it is, that storm will blow over. All right. Okay, so we do have a public hearing regarding a bar and restaurant. That is the only public hearing tonight. So we will begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Could you all rise, please? Frank, could you lead us in the pledge, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we, before we take the roll, I've been informed that there are a number of people here who thought there was going to be a public portion regarding the Bristol over in West Babylon. There is not. We're just having one public hearing, and it's related to a bar and restaurant. So I just wanted to alert everybody to that. It is not on our agenda, and it's not scheduled to be on our agenda, at least not at this time. So thank you all for coming, and let us first take the roll.
Patrick Halpin.
Present.
Julianne Nolan. Present. Gerald O'Neill.
Present.
Edward Wynn.
Present.
Juan Leon.
Present.
Dan Trushin.
Present.
Frank Santos. Greg Gaxiola. Matt Esposito. Emily Mole. Rich Casey.
Do we have a quorum?
Yes, you do.
Okay, we do have a quorum. All right. Let's get to the public hearing. But before we do that, I'm required to read this statement into the record. The planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. All right, our first public hearing
Is Job 2533AF, Raising Cane's Restaurant, LLC. Proposes demolish existing Houlihan's Restaurant in order to construct a one-story, 4,054 square foot Raising Cane's counter service restaurant with 2 drive-through lanes, 72 indoor and 15 outdoor seats, and associated site improvements.
Okay, thank you very much. Who's here on behalf of the applicant?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, council. Bram Weber, Weber Law Group, 290 Broad Hollow Road, Suite 200E, Melville, for the applicant.
Okay. Have you had the opportunity to review the memo dated November 12th from the Commissioner of Planning, Denise Graziano, regarding this application?
Yes.
Are there any issues, any concerns, any aspect of this memo, particularly the conditions and the covenants and restrictions, that you would like to bring to the board's attention?
The only one is number 19 under the covenants and restrictions, which is the restriction on no outdoor speakers for.
Hold on
sorry?
for a second. This says no outdoor speakers or paging systems except for those used in connection with the drive-through order board and service.
Correct. The applicant is proposing 15 outdoor seats, so they'd like to have some music outdoors, but it being on Broad Hollow Road in a commercial area, the music will be inaudible off of the outside of that seating area, and we'd certainly accept a condition that requires that. I mean, the code would require that in any event, but certainly we'd be happy to accept a condition that there'd be no music audible beyond the property line.
Beyond the property. Okay, we'll review that
Sure.
as you're through this.
And it would make the outdoor seating more pleasant, considering it is on Broad Hollow Road.
That's true. But they don't like to hear the tires hitting the bumps
Right.
in the road.
Or the planes.
And
Or the planes.
the planes. Okay. Please proceed.
Sure. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Again, Bram Weber for the applicant. So as was mentioned for the call of the hearing, this application is very simple. We are replacing a Houlihan's restaurant, which will be ceasing operations, and replacing it with a smaller building, quick service, Raising Cane's restaurant. with drive-through service right on the existing footprint, but yet smaller than the existing Houlihan's, but right in that general area of the property. Generally speaking, again, major commercial area. Almost every other quick service type of restaurant is in this area. This particular shopping center itself has Chipotle and Panera Bread and pizza, and there's a Chick-fil-A not far down the road. So this is really a use that's in kind and no different than the other uses that are around it. What's interesting and unique about Raising Cane's, it's coming new to Long Island, but it's very, very popular throughout the country. I told my high school age son that I was doing the Raising Cane's application tonight, and he said that he and his friends will be very excited for this restaurant to locate here. And generally,
Where does he go to school?
he's a high school student.
Oh, he's a high school
He's in high school, so one of us is going to have to take him. But yeah, but it's an exciting concept. Again, proving very popular throughout the country. It's a great company. And as a matter of fact, to just speak more about it, generally speaking, as you know, I do most of the speaking at the hearings, but we have someone with us tonight from Raising Cane's herself, Melissa Brochel. She is the Senior Manager of Property Development. She came in from Philadelphia just to talk a little bit about the company and give a little background on Raising Cane's. Thought it would be important for her to do that, considering it's a new use and a new company to Long Island.
Sure. Hello, welcome to the town of Babylon.
Hi.
Planning Board. Could you please state your name and address for the record?
Sure. Melissa Brochel, 6800 Bishop Road in Plano, Texas.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please proceed. Oh, I'm reminded that you still have to fill out a card. But you don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
But when you finish, give the card, then please give it to Matt.
Will do.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. Before you start, do you ever watch Landman?
Did I ever watch Landmen? Yes.
Landman?
Yes. It's actually filmed in Plano, I believe.
I thought so. Is it accurate?
So far, from my knowledge of Plano, yes, but I only go down there every so often when I have to go to the office.
I'm just wondering about the oil business out there. Anyway, go ahead, please proceed. All
Sure.
seriousness.
Thank
Let's get
you.
to business.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Melissa Brochel. I'm the Senior Property Development Manager for Raising Cane's, and I help to manage all of the new development in the Northeast. So from Maryland all the way up to Maine, New Jersey, all the way over to Ohio, and I just picked up Virginia and West Virginia as well. So we are vastly growing, and I'm very excited to be a part of this and be in front of your board this evening. Our great story starts back in the early 1990s when our founder and CEO, Todd Graves, was tasked to come up with a sustainable business plan for one of his college classes. He proposed to open a restaurant that served only chicken fingers, and unfortunately, he received the lowest grade in his class. That only lit a fire in him to figure out a way to make his dream a reality. So from 1994 to 1995, Todd worked as a Boilermaker and a sockeye salmon fisherman up in Alaska to help raise the funds to build his first restaurant, which we know as the Mothership, and that is still open to this day and functioning very heavily in the Baton Rouge, Louisiana market. That restaurant, again, is joined by 890 Raising Cane's restaurants throughout the country, and 100 plus of those were opened just last year. With this growth, we also take pride in acknowledging that Raising Cane's was named one of America's greatest workplaces for diversity in 2025 by Newsweek, and was also ranked number 29 for top workplaces in the United States according to USA Today. That's our third year on the list, and we are still the top-ranked brand recognized. Our focus has always remained our one love, which is our delicious chicken finger meals. We cook every meal to order, and our top secret sauce is made fresh daily, along with our fresh squeezed lemonade and our sweet tea. Our refined menu allows for speed of service. That's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds from the time you place your order until the time you pick up your food. Our menu consists of 5 items: fresh marinated battered chicken fingers, Texas buttered toast, coleslaw, crinkle cut fries, and our coleslaw. Our cane sauce, I'm sorry. We know what you're going to order when you pull into the drive-thru. We just don't know how many chicken fingers you want. With that being said, we know what our customers are going to order when they pull into the drive-thru. So our typical hours of operation are roughly around 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 a.m., 7 days a week. We serve our customers at restaurants using our hours of operation that fit our customers' needs. So we do like to stay open for our third shifters, people in hospitality, our police and EMS. And that helps to also build the job growth due to our added crew members. I'm certainly open to answering more questions, but thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking with you more and hearing more from the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Do any of the board members have any questions? Mr. Weber? Okay. Any other questions about operations? No?
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Sure.
Mr. Weber, the project site is located near Republic Airport. Has the applicant received any letters or permits from the FAA?
I don't believe any are necessary. They're not in any flight path there, and there's no height issues with this particular one-story restaurant. It's no higher than the existing restaurant that it's replacing.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, the applicant did receive a letter of no hazard from FAA.
Thank you.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
The applicant did receive a letter of no hazard from the FAA.
Thank you.
So I have Alex Holman here from Bowler Engineering, who can discuss the site plan, as well as Ethan Shakowski, who is here from TPD Traffic, who can discuss the the parking variance that we need and any traffic and access-related questions.
Did she fill out a card?
Yes, you put a card in.
Yes, correct.
Fill out a card?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get a piece of paper to fill out the card? We can't let you go running back to Texas without filling that out. All right, please proceed. Please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, Alex Holloman, 275 Broad Hollow Road, Suite 100, Melville, New York.
Could you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please proceed.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Alex Holloman, civil engineer from Bowler, here to speak on behalf of the applicant, Raising Cane's. With the summary of our application presented, I would now like to dive into the major points of the project from the site engineering's perspective. Our application proposes a new one-story restaurant with drive-through fed by 2 stacking lanes. Combined, the 2 stacking lanes will allow for up to 21 cars to queue before impacting on-site circulation, as presented in the filed documents. The combined proposed GFA for the restaurant is 4,054 square feet, with a main building section and an outdoor seating section that combines to reach that number. Town Code calculates the required and provided parking for our application in relation to the entire tax parcel and all its uses within, including our proposed application, Raising Cane's Restaurant. Per this calculation, Town Code requires a total of 397 parking spaces. 283 stalls are provided with this proposed condition, but an existing ZBA approval has previously been approved for tax parcel here, granting a variance of 328 parking stalls. Ethan will talk more about that later in the presentation. Directly adjacent to the proposed restaurant, there are 50 parking spaces just south of the restaurant. Included in this are 2 accessible spaces and 3 mobile order pickup spots. A loading space is also proposed just north of the proposed area, as shown in the filed documents. Signage is proposed with our application, including ground and building signs, and these are proposed for the safe and efficient operation of the proposed restaurant. A geotechnical investigation has been completed for the site, concluding suitable conditions for development and favorable subsurface materials, including on-site stormwater management and favorable subsurface materials for on-site stormwater management, with groundwater found at a depth of 25 feet below grade. The site is intended to have a new proposed domestic and fire water line, electric telecom, gas, and sanitary sewer connection with the code-required grease trap to collect kitchen flow. The sanitary connection will be designed and permitted via the latest county standards, and these applications have already been made to the county to that effect. An on-site trash enclosure is proposed with adequate access for garbage pickup. And as previously stated, a loading space is proposed just north of the restaurant, which provides adequate spacing and access for the loading operations of the proposed restaurant. Town-compliant landscaping is proposed, including a variety of plantings such as shade trees, evergreen trees, ornamental trees, shrubs, and ground cover. Adequate on-site lighting is proposed that will provide visibility at low light times, but still meet town requirements. The proposed building architecture has been coordinated with this proposed site design while also meeting the programming needs of Raising Cane's. This concludes my presentation on the major points of the application from the engineering's perspective. I would be happy to answer any questions that the board might have at this time.
Okay. Are there any questions, Julianne?
Matt, could you go back to the original site plan picture, please? So just a comment, not really a question, but to me, I think a more favorable handicapped accessible parking would be the 5 spaces closer to the building rather than having them walk across the crosswalk.
Yes, so the code generally stipulates the closest position closest to the main entrance to the building. Looking at both spots, we found that the location as is presently presented, the ADA spots would be best suited in its current location. The prior area takes it on a little bit more of a circuitous sidewalk path as opposed to more direct. That's the reason for this proposed location.
You don't have access in the back of the building?
That is a back-of-house programming, so that's mainly for deliveries and storage. The main entrance, it's the large swing doors to the south. So plan page left is that, yes. So that's utility area, back-of-house programming. The main entrance is that vestibule area, correct, that's being circled.
Okay, thank you.
So I see that the drive-through is planned for 246 a lot of vehicles. In recent history, when similar chicken places have opened in the township, there has been a significant amount of overflow needed for the first, I'm going to say, 6 to 8 months when someone opens. So how does that factor in, given that they're so close to the curb cut where the drive-through entrance is? And what's the plan for them to loop through, because the drive-through goes and circulates back through their actual parking area? So my curiosity is, has that even been put in part of the plan and thought about?
Sure. So we've already discussed that internally with the team. Cane's is aware of what they like to call a honeymoon period when a new store is opened. They're very excited about all the patronage that they anticipate having, so they plan for that. They have additional team members on staff to help circulate cars in the parking lot. They'll use cones to allow cars to back within the queue, so it's safely not entering into the main entrance to the site. In particular, I would say that main entrance where you can immediately go to the right up, that would be coned off, allowing for the queue to wrap around to the left and then back down through the site. This would be temporary measures, but would be looked after specifically by the team members on site.
Okay. And then my other question is that light post that's to the south, what's this? Thank you. Is that going to be elevated and surrounded by bollards, or is that going to be on a concrete? Just because if you have a bad driver one day and they're unloading, that could cause a hazard to drivers if they actually backed into it or something.
Sure, that can be looked at as well, but it is intended to be protected and such, but we have to place our site lighting to provide proper lighting. That a second look at that for adjustments could be looked at.
Good catch. Frank?
A couple of questions. The loading area,
Yes.
we're looking at there, 9 feet. So what time of day, first of all, are they loading and unloading?
Sure. So non-operational hours, so they can efficiently get the new supplies in and out of the store, so that they can also utilize that drive-through exitway. We provided a loading path in these file documents.
It's that 5-foot walkway that you have there.
I'm sorry?
That's the walkway, the 5-foot walkway that you have between there and the...
That is correct, yes, for dollies and other loading.
Matt, did you have something you wanted to pull up regarding that question?
Okay. And,
Okay.
okay, I think So to the right of the loading dock, there's no curb there. You're going to be able to come in through the right side.
That is correct.
Pull in and pull out.
Correct.
And then second question, the car, how do they get the orders to the cars that are on the outside queue?
Yes, so they have the ability where the architecture shows it's not only a sliding window, but they also have sliding doors, so they can step out and supply. There are certain instances where just the planned inside lane is used for pickup. The second lane is only activated at certain times, in which case they have team members outside. You might have seen this with other chicken-based quick service restaurants where they'll have pads at their hands and they'll operate in that way. So if in a situation where both lanes are being fully activated, they have additional team members, as I said, taking orders, but then also allowing for access out the door to supply the food. That is correct. In times when there isn't as much patronage, then they can just go down to the one lane.
Bad weather, they can come out.
That is correct.
I'll go after Julianne.
Can we go back to the drawing, please, for the outdoor seating? Are there bollards around the outdoor seating?
So there is a pathway there, but there is no bollards because it's protected by a full height curb. It's away from the major driving operations by the vegetation. It's approximately, I want to say, 10 feet from all sides if you were to draw a line from the edge of the seating area to the edge of the drive paths. So given those parameters, we felt bollards were not needed.
Sure. Matt, would you mind just zooming out a little bit? So my question has to do with the driving pattern. Is there any reason why you would prefer this pattern as opposed to talking about the parking lot, like one way, all going counterclockwise, very similar to the drive-through? The reason why I say this is because another tenant to the south, which I'm very familiar with, has the exact same pattern here. And it's very difficult when you pull in, you have cars pulling out, another car pulling out from the bottom, traffic going left and right. And I just wondered if it would be, is there a reason why it doesn't all just go in a circular pattern to come in and out?
Sure. So this represents an iteration that has gone through several iterations and designs, in which case we found that this was the best combination as suitable for both the layout and for Keynes' use. We have 72 sites inside the restaurant, 72 seats inside the restaurant, 15 seats in the outdoor seating. Given that, we wanted to provide maximum amount of parking accessible to the restaurant, allowing for also the overflow queue and general circulation. We worked also closely with Ethan's team, who's our traffic subconsultant, and this was reviewed by the third party as well. Given all those factors, we felt that this is our best foot forward for programming in regards to this.
So is there a reason why you prefer traffic going against each other as opposed to one way?
Well, yes, it provides the layout provides the most parking and best circulation combination. Because we tried other iterations, maybe one that you're speaking of specifically, and it didn't provide as much parking. It didn't provide the advantation for the circulation that we were looking for.
Is there something you'd like to add?
Yeah, sure.
You've got to fill out a form, but...
No, I filled it out. I filled it out.
Okay, you did. Okay,
Yeah.
please state your name and address. for the
Ethan
record.
Shikoski. I'm with TPD Engineering, with the traffic engineers for the project. We're located, just for the record, at 275 Broad Hollow Road in Melville, New York.
Please swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do. Alex answered that pretty well. The one thing I wanted to add, and it was mentioned earlier about that honeymoon period, is having the two-way drive aisles provides for a lot more flexibility for that operations team to manage that longer queue, just in case it goes beyond the queuing available on site. So if they're able to close off the two lanes as you enter, having the two-way drive aisles allows for more flexibility there.
So, since sure, the traffic guy. What were the other basis subject matter places within the area that you used to calculate the traffic for this flow compared to, since this is the first one to Long Island, how did you figure that out?
Sure. So we did look at IT trip generation for fast food restaurants, as is typical, the Institute of Transportation Engineers. But we also had some research data for some sites in New Jersey. They do have many sites operating in New Jersey now that have been there for a good amount of time and are past their honeymoon stages. Specifically, we looked at 3 sites in Marlton, Burlington, and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We did find at those sites maximum drive-through queue of 15 vehicles in the queue, whereas we have 21 here. So, using that data as well as evaluating IT data, we, kind of just jumping right into questions and not my testimony, but we did evaluate the additional traffic that would be generated compared to the existing Houlihan site. We didn't find any significant impact to the adjacent signalized intersections, and we did find that there was sufficient parking on site to accommodate the demand.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the board? No? Okay, thank you very much.
No.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the board regarding this application? I'm sorry, did you want to finish?
No, I was going to tell him to take his stuff off.
Yes, yes. So Ethan still is.
Robert Cohen?
Mr. Robert Collin? Sir, please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Robert Cohen. I live at 775 Washington Street in Baldwin Harbor.
Okay. Please proceed. Oh, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, the only reason I'm here is I just wanted to say what a wonderful place Houlihan's is to eat. We've been eating there, my wife and I, for 18 years now. They've got a very diversified menu. Their food is excellent. Their service is excellent. And they're a great asset to the community, serving all of the people that visit there from all over Long Island and wherever they might come from out of state as well. I mean, I drive 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back from Baldwin to eat there because their food is so good. I hate to see them, being forced out of business because they're really a very good restaurant.
Yeah, I like them as well. But of course, that's not our decision.
Yeah, from what I understand now from hearing this, it's really rather a matter of whether or not this other company is suitable for being placed in that area. But I hate to see Houlihan knocked out.
The decision that whatever Houlihan's decide, however they decided whatever they're going to do about their site there, that's their decision. The town is not involved in any of that.
Okay.
You're right. Our responsibility is to make sure that what happens to be replacing Houlihan's, that it'll work for that site. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming out. And by the way,
all right,
what's going on with our jets?
Next year. We're warming up again.
All I can say, you must have been really cold, or you're still in mourning.
I offered to play for them, but, they weren't interested.
All right, well, I hate to say this, but there really now is only one New York team, and that's that team up in the snow country, Buffalo. So at least somebody in the areas in New York is winning. All right, that said.
Can William Danborough come up?
Where's William? William, come on up, state your name.
William Danborough, Massapequa Park.
Do you swear
I
to tell
do.
the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please.
2 things. First, with their traffic pattern and everything, I don't know how much they looked at this place. Some days that place is a disaster because you got Walmart, you have Bank America, and then you have the rush hour of people eating and stuff. And there are days when I go there 2 to 3 times a week. And when you're trying to get in the lot, sometimes I'm just waiting for cars to move to get out of the way. And their place is going to bring a lot more traffic. Number 2, I don't know who picked that spot for them, but there are 3 chicken-only places from Houlihan's to a mile north, and that would be Buffalo Wild Wings. Right across the street from this location is Chicken Tenders. with a drive-through, and then you have Chick-fil-A with the drive-through. Now you go south about a mile, you have 4 chicken places with 4 drive-throughs. You have Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have Pollo Campera that just opened up, you have Popeyes and Wingstop, and they all have drive-throughs. So I don't know, another chicken place, it looks nice on paper and everything like that. How many, I mean, and they only sell chicken. So how much chicken can you eat? I think we got to get the ones back to open the chicken farm close. But anyway, the traffic there itself is not good.
That is relevant testimony to what
Right.
we're looking at, yes. But you raise a good question. How much chicken?
There's 7 chicken places within,
I get it.
north and south of them, with 6 of them have drive-throughs.
Okay, good. All right, we have another speaker. Oh, no, Bram. Okay, Bram, is there anything else you would like to add to the record? Is there anyone else that would like to address the board that hasn't signed up? Okay, Mr. Weber, please.
Yeah, just 2 things. One, there was a market study done for this location, extensive market study as to why this location is well situated for this particular use. And one of them has to be that it's a functioning shopping center with the Walmart. Walmart drives a lot of traffic to the site, so they do anticipate a lot of their customers will be already on site at Walmart. And I just want to say one other thing about the honeymoon period and the concern about traffic. We all know what happened with the Sonic in Babylon when that opened. I had the unfortunate task of doing the second Sonic, which was after that one. This will be a little bit of a different situation because there are 3 Raising Cane's that are currently scheduled to open roughly around the same time. In that situation, we had Sonic and it was only Sonic. Here, there's a Raising Cane's proposed for east of here as well as west of here. So there'll be a dispersion of traffic, a dispersion of interest at roughly around that 2026, 2027 time, so that it won't be focused on just one location. So I think that's a distinction from an experience that we've all recently seen. That's it.
Okay, any other questions? When is this one scheduled to open, assuming everything goes as planned?
So we have planning board for site plan and the special permit for the bar restaurant. We have to go to the zoning board of appeals, for the small increase in the parking variance. So we'd be looking at a 2027 open.
Okay, 27. Okay.
That's for something. Yep.
So you're tearing everything down, starting over.
Correct. Yes.
I knew that was implied, but yes. Okay. Thank you.
Can I have a rebuttal to what he just said?
I'm sorry. We usually don't allow that, but since you're here, go ahead.
Okay, the traffic I'm talking about is not new traffic for a new restaurant. Right. Houlihan's has been there for years, Bank of America's been there for years, and Walmart's been there for years. And to say that Walmart's going to help them bring a lot of food there, right across the street from there, not even across 110, you have Burger Village, you have Chipotle, you have a pizza place, you have Panera, you have Houlihan's, and then across the street you have a whole string of restaurants. So to say that, that's going to make a big difference, I don't think so. But again, the traffic I'm talking about is what exists today, nothing new.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right. Since there's no one else that would like to address the board as part of this public hearing, I'd like to get a motion to close the public hearing and to reserve decision. So, a motion by Dan.
Motion.
Second by Ron.
Second.
All in favor of closing the hearing? The hearing is now closed. The decision has also been reserved in order for us to review the feedback we've received this evening and any open site plan issues. It will remain open for written comments, to follow up on the status of the application, or to submit additional written comments. You can contact the planning department in a number of different ways. One is in person. Planning is located on the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents, plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. or by phone, 631-957-3103, or by email, planningcomments@townofbabylonny.gov. Thank you very much. Okay, that concludes our public portion.